NASCAR fans love a good race, but they love a fair race even more. This year's Deal 2 at Daytona delivered one of the most confusing and controversial finishes in recent memory. Erik Jones crossed the finish line first, but Austin Cindric was declared the winner. This result left many analysts and even the drivers scratching their heads. The controversy unfolded in mere seconds, but the fallout will be discussed for a long time. As the race neared its conclusion, Erik Jones and Austin Cindric were locked in a tight battle. They had lost their pushers and it was a straight fight to the finish. With the checkered flag inside, Jones had the advantage. Then chaos erupted behind them. Shane Van Gisbergen got turned in the middle of the pack, triggering a multi-car crash just seconds before the finish line. NASCAR officials immediately threw the caution flag, and this changed everything. According to NASCAR's rules, the leader at the moment the caution is thrown is declared the winner. The rule is meant to ensure safety, but in this case, it led to a highly controversial outcome. The official review showed that Cindric was slightly ahead when the yellow flag waved, even though Jones crossed the finish line first. This meant that Cindric, not Jones, was the official winner of Deal 2. Fans in the stands were not happy. Booing filled the air as the results were announced. People had just watched Jones win with their own eyes, yet NASCAR declared Cindric the victor. Even Jones himself was left frustrated, but he knew the rules.
Yeah, I mean, it's the rules and that's their call, so it's part of it. But yeah, I've never been in that spot, so it's a bummer. Would have loved to start out with a win. And,
still a winner to me.
That close. Thanks.
Let's go through your emotions.
Austin Cindric did not celebrate in the usual way. When NASCAR's decision came down, he was still walking along pit road, believing he had finished second. The realization that he actually had won came as a shock. Even after being declared the winner, Cindric felt uncomfortable with how things had unfolded. He admitted that he felt bad for Jones, who had already reached the finish line, and was celebrating before NASCAR made the official call.
Cool. I feel bad for Erik having to go all the way over there, but obviously they made a great move on the last lap there. Joey and I were I honestly thought I got him, but I wasn't going to sit there and argue about anything. See, these are the things I don't know. You have to educate me, but no, awesome.
Despite the strange circumstances, a win is a win. With this victory, Cindric secured a strong starting position for the Daytona 500, joining Bubba Wallace, who won Deal 1 earlier in the night. The reason for the controversy lies in NASCAR's caution flag rule. Unlike many other racing series, NASCAR does not always allow the race to finish under green conditions. If a caution is thrown before the finish line, the race is considered over at that moment, and the leader at that instant is declared the winner. This rule is designed to prevent dangerous last-second crashes, but in cases like this, it can lead to results that don't match what fans see. Jones was ahead when they crossed the finish line, but since the caution came out a fraction of a second before that, the official result went in Cindric's favor. Official video reviews showed that Cindric was just inches ahead at the moment the caution light appeared. That tiny difference determined the winner of the race. For Jones, this was devastating. He had done everything right. He had outpaced Cindric in the final stretch, yet he walked away empty-handed. For Cindric, the victory was both a relief and an awkward situation. He had won the race, but not in the way anyone expected. Jones, despite his frustration, still made the race, but he will start further back. Corey LaJoie also had reason to celebrate. He was the highest finishing open driver in Deal 2, which meant he earned a place in the Daytona 500. It was a huge moment for him and his team, and on the other hand, not everyone was lucky. 4 drivers failed to qualify for the Daytona 500. J.J. Yealy, Chandler Smith, Anthony Alfredo, and B.J. McLeod. For these drivers, the dream of racing in the Daytona 500 ended on Thursday night. The Daytona deals are important because they determine the starting lineup for the Daytona 500. A win does not guarantee a championship, but it can boost a team's confidence. Erik Jones was on track to secure a victory, but a last-lap caution changed everything. Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time NASCAR champion and co-owner of Legacy Motor Club, did not hide his frustration. He supported his driver and made it clear he was unhappy with NASCAR's decision.
Yeah, disappointed, but I haven't seen the video, so I know the rule, and if everything is as they say, which it typically is, then no big deal. But we certainly had our hopes up for a minute there and a little disappointed. But there's nothing like winning. We wish that we were going to victory lane right now. I can tell that he wanted to win, of course. So I hate that for he and his team and our sponsors, but it's a good time for Sunday.
While that controversy was still fresh, another major incident took place in the NASCAR Truck Series. Parker Kligerman won the season-opening race at Daytona and celebrated with a flag-planting tradition. He had done this in previous wins, so it felt like a perfect moment. But soon after, NASCAR officials disqualified him. His truck failed post-race inspection because it was too low. Corey Heim was declared the new winner. For Kligerman, this was a devastating turn of events. He had called it the biggest win of his career. He had never won a race in the NASCAR Cup or Xfinity Series, despite competing in 152 races. This Truck Series victory was special, but it was taken away within hours. Kligerman announced that he would appeal the disqualification. He believed he had a strong case and was determined to fight for what he thought was a fair win. NASCAR's rules about vehicle height exist for a reason. A lower truck can create an aerodynamic advantage, making it faster. Inspections ensure that all vehicles follow the same guidelines. If a truck does not meet the requirements, officials have no choice but to disqualify it. But Kligerman's supporters argue that the violation might have been unintentional. Many believe he should have been given a chance to explain before losing his victory. Kligerman has been a respected figure in NASCAR for years. He has competed in different series and gained a reputation as a fan favorite. Despite not having the most successful racing career, he has remained involved in the sport. He recently transitioned to a full-time role as a TV analyst covering the Xfinity Series. Even after shifting his focus to broadcasting, he continued to race part-time. Winning this race was supposed to be a highlight in his career, but instead, it became another painful moment. This was not the first time Kligerman had experienced NASCAR heartbreak. Last year, he was close to winning an Xfinity Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He was leading the race when a late caution came out just seconds before he reached the white flag. If he had crossed the white flag line first, the race would have been official. Instead, the caution extended the race and he lost in overtime. That loss prevented him from advancing in the Xfinity Series playoffs. For Kligerman, losing two major races under controversial circumstances has been tough. He has remained professional, focusing on his broadcasting career. However, he has made it clear that he disagrees with the disqualification. His appeal will determine whether he gets his victory back, but the chances are slim. NASCAR rarely overturned decisions made in post-race inspections. The 2025 season has just begun, and it is already filled with drama. The Daytona 500 is the biggest race of the year, and it will set the tone for the rest of the season. Now, before you leave, just don't forget to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and also ring that notification bell while you're down there.